report. It is May 4th, 2025. And I was sports balling today and, doing a thing and everything's fine. And got a little bit of a break. So went out to my car, started looking around. And sure enough, major incident. Ben Gurion Airport was hit with a ballistic missile from the Houthis. So, world freaked out. Everybody started freaking out. I started to tabulate, put it all together, do a report over on PrepperNow. It's doing well for me, And here we are. And I thought that was going to be the big story. I did. I thought that was going to be the big story. But all kinds of other stuff, like Alcatraz is being repurposed from tourist site to jail again. Yeah, that works out. But the Indus Water Treaty has been, they turned the water off from a dam, and it goes to Pakistan. Now, I don't know exactly all about this, but what I do know is this. When you turn off the water to people, even if it's just a small amount of your population, tends to lead to war. Just saying. So, we're going to cover all that tonight. And we hope you lock in. We hope you listen up, check out what we're doing, give a like. Best thing to do for the channel is to go to the homepage of the channel, youtube.com/@crisisreport. Go there, select anything you haven't seen, watch it, leave a comment, like, and all that. Supposedly it helps. We'll see. Seems to be helping, I'll be honest with you. Seems to be helping. So, let's get started on your crisis report for May 4th, 2025. This is the most comprehensive news on YouTube. Here we go. For the 10th time during the night of 03/04, May 2025, Pakistan Army resorted to unprovoked small arms fire across the LOC in areas opposite Kupwara, Buramela, Poonch, Rajouri, Menhar, Nashera, Sundarbani, and Akhnur in Jammu and Kashmir. So, Indian Army responded appropriately. Pakistan has requested a flag meeting to negotiate the release of an arrested Pakistani ranger. India requested a flag meeting to negotiate the release of the Indian BSF soldier. Pakistan didn't turn up. So we'll see what India does. Gulf states are concerned over deteriorating security in South Asia. GCC Secretary General said in a statement. Jassim al-Badawi, Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council, expressed the Council's deep concern over the deteriorating security situation South Asia, urging restraint, prioritization of dialogue, and the urgent resumption of negotiations between India and Pakistan. Pakistan now shuts its ports for Indian ships after New Delhi banned imports from Islamabad. India banned Pakistan's ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan's Twitter account in India. Pakistan's Federal Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Atala Tartar, and DG ISPR Lieutenant General Ahmed Sharif will hold an all-party briefing regarding national security later today. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi plans to visit Pakistan and India this week as part of Tehran's ongoing consultations with regional countries, Foreign Ministry spokesman said. Punjab police in Amritsar arrested 2 individuals for their alleged role in leaking sensitive information and photographs of army cantonment areas and the air base in Amritsar. Preliminary investigation reveals their links to Pakistani intelligence operatives. Initial reports: a Yemeni ballistic missile hit the Israeli Ben Gurion International Airport, and then all HW hockey sticks broke loose. Israeli medical officers report only one person has been lightly injured from that strike. Goes up to 6. No damage to the airport infrastructure. The impact of the ballistic missile. This is not Yemen. This is Iran. The launch must have had to severe response in Tehran. Launch must lead to a severe response in Tehran. Debris indicated a direct impact, not an intercepted missile. Civilian airlines, which are inbound and land at Ben Gurion Airport, are circling in a holding pattern following a Houthi missile impact near the airport. Additional civilian airlines went into a holding pattern. IDF admits it failed to shoot down the ballistic missile and its impact near the airport. 3 injured and evacuated. A 50-year-old man was slightly injured. 54-year-old woman was slightly injured as a result. That's like great grandma and grandpa. As a result of the impact, and a 32-year-old woman was injured on her way to the protected area. Houthis missile bypassed 4 layers of air defense systems before impacting the area near Ben Gurion Airport. 3 people were wounded in this attack on Ben Gurion. Megan David Adam says it was treated a man in his 50s in light to moderate condition, 54-year-old woman, good condition, who were wounded by the blast of the impact. Another woman, 32, was slightly hurt while running for a bomb shelter. So I guess they're hanging out together now. Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to visit Russia this week and meet with Putin. Xi Jinping is also participating in the Victory Day parade in Russia. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu calls on an urgent security meeting over the Ben Gurion thing. Houthis claimed responsibility for the missile that was shot towards Ben Gurion. Israel is considering attacking Yemen, Israel Defense says. Initial reports of a close confrontation between Israel and Turkish jets over Syria. This is bad. Another flashpoint coming. Turkish F-16 sent warning signals to the Israeli jets using their electronic warfare systems, and a brief radio contact was made between the aircraft, allowing both sides to avoid confrontation. Fuel stock available in the Gaza Strip hospitals is only sufficient for 3 days. Initial reports of multiple airstrikes in the Al-Mawhit governorate, Yemen. U.S. jets are conducting the airstrikes. U.S. jets, Netanyahu says there will be consequences for all those who were involved in the Ben Gurion attack. A massive fire has broken out at a motorcycle factory in Mashtad, Iran. Hezbollah also now congratulates the Houthi for their missile strike. In another reciprocal move, Pakistan announces cutting trade ties with India, including banning import of Indian origin, like rugs and stuff, good both direct or indirect. Iran's newest ballistic missile, the Qasem Basir, will be unveiled tonight. It's already night, so it's probably been unveiled. United States Air Force PA Poseidon RAF KC-2 Voyager airborne headed to the Red Sea to help on airstrikes in Yemen. Patriot air defense system that was based in Israel will be sent to the Ukraine after it's refurbished. Indian government has banned anti-Pakistan Balak media outlets on Twitter, including Balochistan Post, Balochistan Times, and the Balochistan Post English. Israel is verifying if the United States THAAD system, or high altitude air defense, malfunctioned earlier today while trying to intercept a Yemeni Houthi missile. Yemeni Houthis have evacuated the Sama International Airport amid fears for Israeli retaliation. Whoop. Sorry. THAAD blamed for the weakness in the Ben Gurion defense. Growing numbers of Americans seek alternatives to tradition, public education, and infrastructure of charter private home schools has expanded to support them. CLT, which grew out of the classic education movement, is a recent addition to that infrastructure, a bridge between high school and college. So you get your learn on. We are prepared to wage war against the Houthis, but we do not have sufficient equipment to do so. Houthis also have enough weapons to completely destroy our infrastructure. That is according to Saudi Emirati. America cannot achieve its goals in Yemen without a ground operation. A ground offensive must be launched, but so far this has not happened. Question is whether the U.S. is prepared to arm the coalition army to fight this war. Japan has lodged a protest against China after a Chinese helicopter violated Japan's airspace and 4 vessels entered into the territorial waters around disputed islands. Zombie volcano in Bolivia, dormant for 250,000 years, has awakened, baffling scientists. At least 15,000 USDA employees accept voluntary resignation offer. Brazil police have said they prevented a bomb attack that was planned for the Lady Gaga show on Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana beach. 2 people arrested. Following report from Karai, Iran, explosions and fire occurred at the non-nuclear Montazir Gayem power station. Main electricity supply to western Tehran, adjacent to the power plant, are all buildings and offices of the Kala Electric Company, which is affiliated with the Agency of Iran and deals mainly with centrifuges for nuclear uranium enrichment facilities. Fire is still raging. British police have announced they're going to, they had to arrest 5 people, including 4 Iranian citizens, on suspicion of planning a terror attack. So, not good. Motorcycle engines factory in Mashhad, Iran, that exploded this morning was more than what you think. Apparently, the Tizpar Tus motorcycle factory have also manufactured missiles engines for the IRCC under the radar. Company is related to Tiz Potters Technical and Engineering Company, which has been identified as a front company for the Shahid Hamad Industrial Group, a key player in Iran's missile development. Israel informed the mediators that the time for negotiations has ended and that Qatar's services are no longer needed. Israel has decided to proceed with the complete destruction of Hamas. Yemeni news. The Houthis evacuated Sana'a International Airport for fear of a response from our forces. A plane has crashed into several homes in the Wood Ranch neighborhood of Simi Valley, California. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu office has denied a report claiming that former National Security Advisor Mike Waltz had extensive contact with him to advocate for striking Iran's nuclear facilities. Democrats appear to be clearing the path for Kamala Harris in 2028. Please do. U.S. Department of Justice has opened an investigation in the district attorney Mary Moriarty, who is backed by George Soros. Trump orders opening of Alcatraz prison. Yes, he did. Clash between the Druze forces led by the SMC and the pro-regime jihadists have intensified over the last couple hours, with the Druze not only returning fire, but also moving the fight out of al-Suwaida Governorate into Dahra Governorate, both in southern Syria. IDF drone was confirmed to be orbiting some southern Syria in a moderately low altitude as the clashes began. Observer reported footage below is reportedly from the Al-Qarak area from which the attack originated. Putin says Russia has the strength to successfully end the war in Ukraine even without nuclear weapons. People are asking, though, he also said that he hopes it won't be necessary. So, okay. We do too. Don't think too many people want to be irradiated. India has suspended water flow through the Baghlahar Dam on the border with Pakistan. India stopped regulated water flow through the Baghlahar Dam and Chenab River following its suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan. This is what I was talking about earlier, and why you are reading and hearing and reading what you are doing. This is a big deal. Indus River Valley, a lot. Turkish President Erdogan. Israel is the greatest threat to international law and has made violating it a habit. Turkey will not allow Syria to be drawn into a new conflict. Trump says, I won't fire Fed Chairman Jerome Powell before his term ends in 2026. Trump on Chinese tariffs. At some point, I'm going to lower them because otherwise you could never do business with them. And they want to do business very much. The economy is really doing poorly. The economy is collapsing. In referencing China, not America. Iranian authorities have detained 2 people in connections with the explosion in the port of Bandar Abbas, state agency says. We announced a comprehensive air blockade on the Israeli enemy. Houthis also said, we will work to impose a siege by repeatedly targeting airports, especially Lodi Airport, also known as Ben Gurion Airport. Yemen will not accept the enemy's continued violation of Arab countries such as Syria and Lebanon. Pakistan, amid growing escalation with India, will request a UN Security Council meeting on the situation in the region of the beginning of the week. George Simeon was first-round winner of the Romanian presidential election. He's unlikely to get enough votes, though, for a majority in the first round. Simeon had a couple others try as well. Elon Musk says it's an outrageous thing to claim that I'm a Yahtzee. If they could press a button and kill me, they would, he said, but I'm difficult to kill. Okay. Trump on prices going up says, whoa. This is such a dishonest interview. Prices are down in groceries. Prices are down for oil. Prices are down for all energy. Prices keep going down, he said. President Trump offered the president of Mexico to send in U.S. troops to take out the cartel. It's true, Scheinbaum is afraid of the cartels, and as Trump put it, she's afraid for what she may think that might anger. Where was I? Sorry. There we are. Israeli government ordered the IDF to submit attack plans against Yemen's Houthis. Israel Air Force, along with other agencies, are working to submit several alternatives as soon as possible. Ongoing small arms fire along the LOC right now. Yep, right now as we speak. 11th time now after the Pahalgam attack. Yet another night of ceasefire violation by Pakistan Army in the line of control between India and Pakistan. Indian Army is responding in a befitting manner. 11th night in a row. Trump has authorized 100% tariffs on all movies produced outside of America. Nancy Pelosi attacks Trump's decision to reopen Alcatraz, saying it's unnecessary because it's a popular tourist attraction. Israeli Security Cabinet has officially approved expansion of military operations in Gaza. Now, what that looks like, I don't know, because I thought they were going pretty hot and heavy, but I guess not. So, that is your crisis report for May 4th, 2025. Friends, hit the like button, do the subscribe thing, consider joining us on Subscribestar and Locals and other places like Truth, Minds, Gab, Twitter X, and Truth, Minds, Gab, Twitter X. Yep, I think that's all. All right. Well, there you have it. There's your crisis report for May 4th, 2025. Friends, have a wonderful night. God bless you all, and we will see you on the next one.